Hi everyone! Today I have a guest.
My name's Natalie.
And why are you here, Natalie?
So I've been loving the boyfriend jean trend for the longest time, but I've never been able to find a pair of boyfriend jeans in my size that look good on me because my hips are just a little bigger than the rest of my body, so they're still kind of form-fitting to my hips. It's not really the boyfriend jean look, if that makes sense.
Boyfriend jeans never fit you like boyfriend jeans.
Yeah, boyfriend jeans just have never fit me like boyfriend jeans because my hips are so big.
I suggest if you can't find jeans that fit either your hips or your legs, choose what fits the biggest part of you, and then you can bring in the rest. But there is a little trick we're gonna do today.
Put in a strip going down my hips that was a different color than these jeans are.
And I'm sure you have seen pants that have a different colored strip that goes all the way down on the side seam. And sometimes people will be really fun with this and color block it so that it's black pants and a white strip that goes down, or black pants and a bright red strip that goes down. People will make this stand out. You know, the nice thing is they'll make it unique, and they'll also make it fit, because those will expand the jeans because you have that extra material on the side now.
Yes.
So
that's exactly what I need.
Yes, that's the plan. So we'll see what fabric is out there and we'll get started. Yes.
The only thing is, this does take a lot of time. This is not a quick sewing project. It is something I recommend if you've already gotten a couple sewing projects under your belt already. But it does look super cute in the end, and it's also a nice way to widen your jeans, perhaps on your hips, perhaps on your legs. So let's get started. It's time to take measurements. So first you're going to measure from the waistband of your jeans up to where the hips stop being tight. You can find this point by wearing your jeans inside out and pinching along the side seams. As you can see, Natalie didn't have much room to pinch on her hips, but below the hips we finally had an inch of room to pinch. So that's where I put a mark in chalk, and I measured from that point up to the waistband. Mark this distance on a sheet of paper and label it as measurement A. Then measure your jeans length. Add 5 inches and mark this on paper as measurement B. Now measure the seam allowance on the side seams of your jeans. You can see the seam allowance if you turn the jeans inside out and measure how much extra room is at the sides. This is the seam allowance because it's the extra room for the stitches. So you're going to label this measurement as measurement C. And then finally, you're going to decide how wide you want your vertical strip to be. The strip that, goes all the way down the length of your jeans on the sides. So I want mine about 2 inches wide. Then you're going to multiply measurement C by 2 and add your desired strip width to it. Label this as measurement D. There you go. A lot of math, but now you're all done. Let's move on to prepping and cutting the jeans. So flip your jeans inside out and mark a line that's measurement A from the waistband. Above this line, you're going to seam rip the side seam. If you've never seam ripped before, put the sharp end into your stitches, and you're going to rip apart about every 3 or 4 stitches. Then you're going to turn it over and pull out the thread on the other side of the seam. Now your seam should just come apart pretty easily, like so. Once you get to the pocket area, this is where I like to be a little more careful. So here I actually turn the jeans right side out and I seam rip it from the right side. And the reason I do this is sometimes you have different stitches that secure the pockets to the jeans than the stitches that secure the front and back of the jeans together. And if that's the case for you, this way you can avoid taking apart the stitches that secure your pockets and just take apart the stitches that keep the front and back of your jeans together. You actually want to seam rip a little bit into the waistband as well. So I'm seam ripping just about an inch or two into the waistband. It needs to be wide enough for your strip to fit inside. So now, below the line where the hips were tight, you're going to cut open the side seam. So I'm marking a 1/2 inch into the side of the legs below the line, and I'm just going to cut along that line all the way down the side of the jeans. Now it's time to prep your vertical strips that are going to go all the way down the sides of your jeans. So first of all, you need to buy the fabric. So I recommend getting a fabric with stripes. I think stripes just look great along the sides of jeans. Just make sure it's a thicker fabric, and you need your fabric to be measurement B long and 1/4 yard wide. And the stripes need to go along the longer dimension. Now pin your fabric down if it rolls up like mine, and cut 2 strips from your fabric that are each measurement D wide and measurement B long. Once again, make sure the stripe goes along the longer dimension, which is measurement B. And if possible, make it so that your stripes are nicely aligned in the center of the strip that you're cutting. This is going to make it look nicer on your jeans when it's all sewn. Now fold and iron down a width of measurement C, which was the seam allowance, on both sides of your strip. You should fold these edges towards the wrong side of the fabric, which is the side that doesn't look as nice, that you want to be on the inside of your jeans. Iron it down slowly and carefully. I had to use pretty high heat for mine, so it really depends on the thickness of your fabric. Now, when you turn the fabric over to the right side, it should look something like this. Now you're going to sew these strips to the front of your jeans. So first align the edge of the strip to the edge of your pant leg while it's inside out. You want to make sure that the wrong sides of the fabric are facing out and the right sides of the fabric are together. I'm going to pin this in place and top stitch a straight line along the pant leg, securing the strip to the jeans. If you're like, what's a top stitch? Well, that just means that your stitches will be visible on the outside of your jeans. I recommend using a sewing machine. It's going to save you some time. You're going to place your pants into the machine with the right side up. This allows you to see how it's going to look on the right side, and when you're top stitching, this is important because your stitches are visible. My stitch is about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, and in order to keep my stitch straight, I'm using the guide on the side of the sewing machine. So don't look at the needle, look at the guide and go slowly because, like I said, these stitches will be visible. Hopefully you're using a color that matches well so you can't really see it, but it'll still be visible. And leave an inch at the top near the waistband unsewn. When you're done, it should look something like this, and you should have done both legs of the jeans. Now you're going to sew the strip to the back of your jeans. So once again, while it's inside out, align the other edge of the strip to the edge of your back pant leg. Do this on both pant legs. And once again, we're going to top stitch. However, this time we can't do it on the machine. We have to do it by hand because there's no way we can really insert this into the sewing machine. So what I recommend is back stitching it. And if you don't know how to back stitch, I've linked a video up here. So make sure that you're keeping your stitches as straight as possible. And once again, leave an inch at the top near the waistband unsewn. So when you're done, your strips should be secured to the front and the back of your jeans, and it should look something like this. At the very top near the waistband, it should be unsewn, and that's what we're going to do now. We're going to sew the strips to the waistband. So you're going to carefully sandwich your strip inside of the waistband. Then pin both sides of the strip in place and sew those down. Once again, check that your waistband nicely sandwiches your strip. Then finally sew the strip to the waistband. Bring your thread to the inside of your jeans and knot it off. It should be nicely finished like this when you're done. And make sure you do this on both sides of your jeans. Okay, we're almost done, everyone, almost done. The last step is the bottom of the strip. So flip the jeans inside out and fold the excess of the strip that you have to the inside. Remember, you left off 5 inches of extra length, and you should have about 4 inches here. So pin this in place and sew along both sides. And also make sure to sew the top of the strip. When you're all done, knot it off, and you are done! Finally! This lets you fold over and cuff your jeans if you want, and the strip is still going to look nice on that cuffed area. I do know that was a bit of a longer tutorial, but I think it looks super cute when it's done. Here are the before afters.
So I knew that she was a really good person to come to for this because she's so passionate about helping others find jeans that makes them feel good, or not even jeans, clothing. Jeans in my case. She's just really good. You know what I mean?
Watch them be like, no.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, honestly, I'm flattered that you got tongue-tied when talking about me.
But also, yeah. You see, you're welcome. But also, sometimes I just get tongue-tied.
Okay,
what if my tongue was actually tied? I'm just joking.